Of course, earlier this week, all over the weekend, veteran sports photographer Anthony Harris was involved in a hit-and-run accident while riding along the Queen's Park Savannah. And unfortunately, he would have passed and succumbed to his injuries not too long after. And joining us this morning to remember the photographer who touched so many lives, we want to welcome his daughter, Janika Harris. Good morning to you, Janika.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And let me firstly say condolences to you and to the family.
Thank you so much.
All right. So, well, this morning we're here remembering your dad, and you know he would have been able to capture so many iconic moments over the years as a sports photographer. But before we get into his career and stuff like that, tell me, I mean, as a parent, what was your experience with him?
Well, he was a great parent. He had a very full life, and he loved doing activities. So he loved going jet skiing, and that's something that we started doing at a very early age. He would take a jet skiing on a weekend, and that's something that we did up to this year. We had a cousin come in, and we went jet skiing. We weren't supposed to go where we went, but we went, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and would he take you to work with him, as they say, you know, so you understood like why he would be so passionate about capturing those sporting moments?
Yeah, I went to the Guardian a lot with him. I went to a lot of different events, what events that he went to. He's somebody that like he goes in, gets his picture, and he goes out. He doesn't have to wait in traffic. He hated traffic, so he'll go in, get what needs to get done, talk to everybody he has to talk to. You know, he's that kind of guy, very personable, and he would get out.
Janika, I imagine that you would have a message that you'd want to send to motorists this morning, because I know that the situation is several layers of unfortunate and, of course, shocking and untimely and very surprising. But I imagine that in dealing with all of these emotions, that you probably feel that there's a message that you want to send to motorists this morning.
Yeah, definitely. I think we have to be more aware of cyclists around Savannah, and anywhere actually. Like there's a bike lane there, and if you see them, you should not be driving so close to them. You should not be speeding around them. I think that's something we have to get more aware of in this country, because this is not the first time it happened, and I would hope it's the last, but, you know, we have a lot of work to do there.
We definitely do. But before we go, Janika, because we don't have much time, unfortunately, but what is something that you would want the nation to remember about your dad?
Just remember his smile, his laugh, his infectious personality. And I just also want to mention to the driver that without, you clearly don't have a conscience, but maybe you could find one, because right now his 95-year-old mother is taking it very, very hard.
Thank you so much for joining us, Janika, and condolences again to you and your family. And I fully agree with that, is that driver needs to come forward and let his conscience do the talking. Thank you so much, Janika.
Thank you so much. Okay.
That's Janika Harris, the daughter of Anthony Harris, who would have passed away this weekend in a road accident. He was a cyclist. Well, he was cycling and was involved in a hit and run. The driver never stopped. Like, for me, that brings back such traumatic memories. But it's a hell of a thing when your conscience doesn't come into play. And we need to watch our society to figure out at what point do we stop and ask ourselves, what did I just do? Why am I running? What am I running from? Can I stand up and face this? You know what I mean? And we need to make responsible decisions as adults in society. If you have a driver's license, you're an adult. Yeah. Try your best.
I think as well, quickly too, we need to shine some light on how we need those cycling lanes across the Savannah. Because I know, well, here's the thing, I know that there's a clearly marked one in Chaguaramas where they know, okay,
and they put up barriers.
Exactly, and they have the barriers and stuff. So drivers know, okay, if it is I hit this barrier, that I'm doing something wrong, but I'm not sure it is so clearly identified around the Queen's Park Savannah, and I think more needs to be done to ensure that we have those. I mean, Queen's Park Savannah is an exercise area. As much as it's something for leisure activities, people use it to exercise, and I think this incident, unfortunately, it has made to be this way. But, you know, we need to shine a light on how we need those clearly marked roads for cyclists. But we have a lot coming up on the show. Stay with us. This is the Now Morning Show. Raucus is here. Ayinka is here. I'm Kimberly. We'll be right back.